Hi, high frequency friends. It's Jill from Extra Love Healings. I'm glad to have you here today. I wanted to talk a little bit about channeling. I posted a channeling video recently where I had a message channeled from my spirit guide, Aurora. And I have been asked quite a few times, well, what is channeling? How did you get that message? And that's what we're going to talk about here today. So, first off, channeling is receiving a message in some way from a participant that is not here necessarily in the physical, although it could be a message from someone's higher self that has a fragment here in the physical realm. You can get channeled messages from your spirit guides, other members of your spirit team, ET. You can get channeled messages from deceased family members, people in your spiritual family. You can receive channeled messages from a multitude of places. What are some ways that I can learn to channel? Well, you can do your research. You can enlist the help of a spiritual coach. You can take classes. There are many ways you can learn to do this. And I do want to say, I will be giving you some information today, but make sure you do your own research and come up with the best practices that work for you. The first step that's really important in beginning to channel messages is to make sure you are grounded and clear and protected. Whether you have a Reiki session, you self-Reiki or self-balance using other energy work, you ground your roots into the earth, and you call in members from your spiritual team. Some other ways that you can make sure you are grounded, along with calling in members of your spiritual team that you work with, whether that's a spirit guide, ascended masters, your higher self, archangels, deities, whoever you work with, is to use crystals around the room. You can use a crystal grid of protection, a crystal grid of invitation. Just make sure that what you are doing intuitively works for you and prevents any interference. It is important to make sure that your space is clear to prevent any unwanted interference from coming in. So what's interference? Interference is when you open up yourself to receive messages from spirit or ET or wherever you're getting the messages from, and instead of just getting messages directly from who you want to communicate with, some other energy piggybacks in. You might figure out that you're getting interference because you're getting mixed messages. Sometimes it's energetic and something just doesn't feel right. So it's always good to check your connection with the other side and to make sure that it is clear of interference. You can do this by asking multitudes of questions. You can use a pendulum to ask questions. There are other ways you can do this. If you want more information on that, I will list a book below that is very informative for beginning to work with spirit through pendulum work or for channeled messages. Okay, so how do I do this thing? Once you're protected, once your space is clear and your vessel is clear, you can channel messages in quite a few different ways. These are the ways that I prefer to use. I will get out my computer and I will distract my conscious mind with a song or saying the alphabet or something like that in my mind to distract myself from what my hands are doing. I begin typing on my computer to allow the messages to flow, and then later I'll go back and read them. I also use the same technique with pen and paper sometimes. Maybe I don't have my computer available, so I will just free write what is flowing through me while my mind is diverted. Some people don't like to divert their mind, and that's okay too. It is all about how you like to work and how this works best for you. Sometimes I don't use a computer or a pen and paper at all. Sometimes I go into a deep meditative space. And when I am in this deep meditative space and my brain waves are at the alpha or theta frequency, I receive messages from spirit. I also view past lives and other things of that nature. There are plenty of other ways that you can channel information from spirit. But like I said before, you really need to research this, take a class, view different people's opinions. We talked briefly earlier about what energies you may or may not be communicating with. And sometimes if I know that this energy that is kind of tapping me on the shoulder and wants to share a message isn't someone on my spirit team, sometimes I will make a contract with that entity or spirit that once you come into my space, you were here for a certain time, and then you will go and I will cut cords and cleanse, and our communication at that point is over. Speaking of cutting cords, it's really important whenever you do any kind of divination work, energy work, intuitive work, that whenever you are done, you cut your cords. And you can do that in different ways. I'll share with you my favorite way. You close your eyes and you imagine that person standing in front of you. You connect yourself navel to navel with this person with a cord. I watch this cord turn to selenite, which is a very cleansing stone and a protective stone. Then you take whether your hand, an axe, a saw, whatever you need to shatter the cord that's connecting you. Then make sure to pull the plug out of your stomach. Watch them pull the plug out of their stomach. Say thank you. Gratitude's always very important in spirit work. Wave goodbye. Have them say thank you. Wave goodbye. Watch them turn around and walk away. This prevents any unwanted energy from hanging around. That way you are clear. You can also use the waterfall method, where you stand and you grow your white roots into the earth, and then imagine a white light waterfall washing over you and washing away any energy that is not yours. That's also good if you have worked in a group setting, so that you can clear more energies than maybe just one at one time. So I hope that was helpful. I look forward to seeing you here again soon. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want more spiritual content, how-tos, hypnotherapy sessions, and channeled messages. Bye.